Hey students, have you heard about a traffic jam in sea? Not yet? Yeah, it sounds a bit weird that how can a traffic jam be caused in the midst of a sea or an ocean? But recently a news has been storming the web and the entire global trade scenario that there was a traffic jam in the Suez Canal. Right, so if you have not gone through the news, then I am here to keep you updated on this hotly debated topic. Now, before going further, that what was the traffic jam all about? Let's get into the fact that what is Suez Canal. As you might have heard in the schools as well, and you might have solved a question that which particular water body has reduced the distance between Europe and Asia, then you might have answered this question as Suez Canal. Right, now what is the Suez Canal? It's basically a human-made waterway. As you can see behind me, these are some of the images from that beautiful waterway that has been created artificially by the humans. And now you must be thinking that where it is. So guys, this is basically north to south of the isthmus in Egypt, right? So this is basically cutting across the north-south of the isthmus of Suez and Egypt, and it connects the Mediterranean Sea with the Red Sea. So all you can say it has been the shortest maritime route from Asia to Europe. And Suez Canal was opened up in 1869 for the public transport usage, or you can say for the commercial transport usage. Since then, it has been a great boon to the commercial industry, to the shipping industry worldwide, since there's a huge amount and volume of trade that transports and that passes through Suez Canal. Now, the question is, what was the traffic jam all about? Now, why was there a traffic jam in the entire Suez Canal, that too in the midst of the ocean? So, to answer this question, let me take you somewhere. The entire crisis can be understood in this manner. It was a complete cargo blockade. Now, there is a Japanese mega container, or you can say a mega ship that is ever given. That's of the company Evergreen, right? So it headed from China to Netherlands. But since it was really huge in size, and because of a human error, the reasons are still being investigated, or a strong wind, it is said that it got stuck in the midst of the Suez Canal. Since the length and the width of the ship was pretty huge, it got stuck in almost a diagonal manner and almost a diagonal pattern. Now, since this particular ship got stuck in such a way that there was hardly any space left, there were several other ships that were behind this one, and they also got stuck. So all you can say that there was a traffic jam situation in the entire Suez Canal. If you talk about the length and measurements of the ship, that it weighs 2.2 lakh tons with 400 meters of length and 59 meters of width. So you can imagine how big the ship is, right? It had the capacity to carry 18,300 containers, and it had blocked the path of 400 plus ships. So you can account for the loss that it would cause to the international trade, because it is the busiest route. Why it is the busiest route? Let us focus on the stats. So 12% of the entire world trade traverses through this Suez Canal. 7% of the world's oil. And you know, when oil gets expensive, it not only impacts a certain industry, but a variety of other industries, right? Because oil immediately has an impact on the transportation. That will get pretty costly. And if the transportation increases, definitely it will lead an impact on the commodities of daily usage, right? So if you talk about more, what else did it impact on? That's 30% container ship traffic. Okay, so 30% of the container ship, of the world's container ship, they pass through Suez Canal. And you can imagine the container ships, the cargo ships, they carry the commodities of extreme importance. And if they will get stuck, then how is the world trade going to boom? And believe me guys, this was basically stuck for a week. For a week, the entire ship was stuck in the Suez Canal, and along with that Ever Given, there were several other ships that were stuck. So you can see that how does the Suez Canal contribute to the economy of Egypt? If you talk about the times before Corona pandemic, it contributed 2% of Egypt's GDP, the entire Suez Canal traffic, because there are tolls that, you know, in the entire Suez Canal that are collected by the Egyptian government, and that helps the Egyptian government to run their GDP and to contribute to the GDP. More than 18,800 ships they passed in 2020. Now, you can say that because of the blockade, the entire supply chain had a setback of $9.6 billion daily. Can you imagine that, guys? $9.6 billion daily. That was the approximate loss that happened to the shipping industry. Then further, if we could talk about, there could be a trade deficit of $6 to $10 billion a week. Can you imagine the gravity of the situation? That can further lead to the rise of crude oil, which will in turn impact the prices of some very common commodities like the coffee, the toilet papers, the laptops, electronics, and a huge lot of products. Okay, even the semiconductors that are pretty important in manufacturing of certain electrical equipments, even that also face a shortage. So you can understand the gravity of the situation that a simple ship blockade had created in the Suez Canal and in the international trade market, right? So this was a small info that I wanted to share with you guys now. So finally, the blockade had been cleared and everything is all well and all settled. So thanks to the technology and the incessant efforts of the different people who made it possible. Now, for more such amazing concepts, you can stay tuned to Gradeup. I'll be bringing more and more of information, lots and lots of general knowledge nuggets for you guys only on your favorite platform, that's Gradeup. Further, you can enhance your learning by joining our super subscription. That's Gradeup Super. That is basically going to entitle you to the live courses as well as the mock test. Right, guys? To come on the Gradeup application, if you have not downloaded, go on Play Store, download the Gradeup app, join us for lots and lots of free classes. Till then, stay tuned, stay happy, and keep learning with Gradeup.